Hey everyone, today we are making my favorite breakfast on the go, bacon cheddar chive scones. They are incredibly tender, flaky, full of flavor, and very hearty and satisfying. We always take these when traveling because they pack up well, don't require utensils, and are such a filling special treat, but they would also be great for any breakfast or brunch. The best part is how quick and easy they are to make, so let's go get started. So to start out, I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour in a bowl, and I'm adding in 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, as well as 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika. Feel free to leave the spices out if you'd like. I just think that they really enhance the flavor of the onion and bacon in this. Now here's one of my big kitchen hacks. Anytime you make biscuits or pie crust or anything that requires cold butter, you usually have to cube it up and then cut it in. What I do is slightly freeze my stick of butter and then grate it in. And then you already have tiny little pieces of butter, so you don't have to do all of that extra work. And you have all these little pockets of butter that is what really gives you that flakiness in the scone. So for this recipe, I like to use buttermilk, but since I don't often buy it, I'm actually making buttermilk. So I have 1 cup of buttermilk, and I'm adding 1 tablespoon of white vinegar to that, and you just want to mix it around. And then I'm adding in 1 large egg and stirring that to combine. And then I'm going to make a well in the center of my dry ingredients and pour the milk mixture in. So then we are just going to gently fold the dough together a couple of times just to start working the dry ingredients into the wet, but we don't want to overmix it. So we are going to add in 1/2 cup of shredded cheddar cheese, 6 slices of bacon chopped, and 2 tablespoons of chives or green onions thinly sliced. And if your dough seems to be a little bit too dry, you can add another tablespoon at a time of milk until it reaches the consistency that we're looking for. And what we're looking for is a slightly sticky, kind of shaggy dough. Everything's not going to be completely mixed together because we're actually going to knead it. So I have my cutting board lightly floured, and I am going to dump the scone mixture onto the board, and we are just going to knead it a few times until all of the bacon and the dry crumbliness gets all incorporated, and you'll be left with a nice ball of dough. It shouldn't be very sticky at all. So we want to press this into a 1-inch round and then cut it into 8 wedges. And then I'm going to place that on a parchment-lined sheet pan. And we are going to brush the tops with a little bit more milk and sprinkle on a little bit more cheddar cheese. And then we are going to bake that at 400 degrees for 16 to 18 minutes or until they are nice and golden brown. And there you have it, one of my all-time favorite breakfasts on the go. I'm much more of a savory breakfast person than a sweet, so this is something that I always want to grab for. They freeze really well, and they are just so tender, flaky, and delicious. I really hope you enjoyed making them with me today, and if you did, please be sure to like the video and subscribe for more fun recipes in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!